Hey guys, Chris Murphy here. I'm here with Mr. Clinton Swaine today. How are you doing?
Fantastic, Chris.
Thanks. And Clinton has just been doing a talk on getting people out of their comfort zone, how to be more courageous to live a life that they want. So in this video, I've got Clinton, who runs an experiential training company. He's worked with some top speakers all over the world. He shared the stage with the likes of Brian Tracy and T. Harv Eker. I'm doing some training with him, which is very beneficial to my life at the moment. Couldn't think of anyone better to ask for a quick bit of advice on this video today, which is about how people can break out of that comfort zone, how they can develop the courage to do that, and what's holding them back. And also, once they've done that, Clinton, how their life is going to be going forward. How are they going to find out what they're passionate about, or what sort of a life that they want to create? And yeah, if you wouldn't mind sharing.
I guess the first thing is to find out, where do you think you're limited? What would you love to do that you're currently not doing? And then make a list of what comes up for you. You know, if you wanted to be able to go skydiving, or be able to go sing, or be able to ride a motorcycle, or whatever it is for you, what is it you would love to do that you're currently not doing? And then ask yourself, why am I not doing it? And often it might be excuses, not enough time, I haven't got the money, or it might be, I have a fear because I was always told that I could never sing. I might be told that motorcycles are dangerous. So finding out what are the limitations, what's holding us back and boxing us in on our current limitations, and then next establishing, are they even real? It might be that we had someone in the class who shared something and he made limitations that he couldn't play guitar before he even picked up a guitar. He told himself he didn't have the coordination to be able to play, and yet he'd never even attempted to see if it was even possible. And how often in our life are those limitations just imaginary? We make up those limitations ourselves.
Of course. And that chart that you took us through, if you wouldn't mind showing us.
This one here,
Okay, cool.
this flip chart here is about how you break through your comfort zone. And so on the blue side of the line is outside our comfort zone. This side's inside our comfort zone. We start over here, comfortable where we are. And as we move towards the edge of our comfort zone, we start get this heat, friction, tension. That's when you know you're on the edge of your comfort zone. If you can't feel a sense of nervousness, sense of anxiety, trepidation, clammy hands, warm sensation, you're probably not at the edge of your comfort zone. That's the feedback mechanism from the body going. As we get to that point, we have two options. One option is to back away, to run away, to go back safe in our comfort zone and not achieve the success. The other option is to break through, and in doing so, we evolve, we grow, we change shape, we transform. Trans meaning change, form meaning shape. We evolve, we become more complex. Like, I don't know, when you're skydiving, you can't ever unskydive. You can't ever take that experience away from you, because now you've evolved and grown, you have new insights, new understanding of that experience. This red box here represents the role of accountability partners, whether it's a coach or a friend who's going to make sure that you actually carry through, there's no way to escape, and you bust through the other side. And so this whole flip chart concept is called perturbation. Perturbation means agitation under pressure, and in doing so has the opportunity to break through. And with what you do here, this whole meetup group that you do is all about how you break out of that comfort zone. How do you get to that point where you've got that tension to make the decisions and action and then break through the other side?
Exactly. And one thing, a couple of questions you got, one in particular was, did you ever regret going through that comfort zone?
Great question. I can't think of anything in my life that I've ever broken through that I look back and go, I wish I hadn't broken through that. Now, does that mean it was always perfect and easy? No. But to me, when I'm pushing my boundaries and growing, to me it's nurturing myself, allowing me to step into that potential and possibilities.
Of course. And it's about going through that. And what's this part as well?
These are some of the things that limit us. That as humans, the whole idea of sort of mankind's evolution is we had three things that we needed to really keep us safe. And one was to be right, because if we were wrong, we risked dying. Imagine sort of cavemen looking at the animal and going, that animal looks friendly. Oh, it wasn't, it killed me. Looking good is like social approval, that the tribe you're in approves from you, because if you're not approved by the tribe, you're kicked out, ostracized, and a result can likely die. And being in control is making sure that everything around you is safe, because uncertainty was equal to death. So these three paradigms here of be right, look good, be in control are three big limitation factors that keep people in survival, and survival is often inside their comfort zone. So to be past those three, to evolve past them, to no longer have to be right, you know what, I can be wrong. To no longer have a need of approval from other people and be able to have a sense of I don't need everything in control to live, can suddenly give you the freedom to go out and expand beyond whoever you want to be.
Exactly. And the final point to mention, once people start breaking through this comfort zone, and I guess at one point I found, Clinton, as I'm sure you did as well, where it's sort of become a habit and you become a bit excited and then you're trying all these different things and then you start to question what is it I want out of life. And although you do enjoy the journey, don't you, a lot of people sometimes are thinking, well, is it worth breaking through? Because I don't know if it's going to be a waste of time. So what is it that you say to someone?
Look, I once had a lady, and we had conflict between us. And he said, you know what, you need a breakthrough here so we can clean up our communication. I said to her, you know what, that's one breakthrough I don't need in my life. You know, we don't need to break through everything in our life. We need to choose what we want to break through that we feel is going to have our life progress down the right path. I mean, right now, Chris may not be very good as a ballerina. Does that mean he has to go off and strap on shoes and go and start, going on point? No. Not unless that's something he always want to do as a child or wanted to pursue. So just because something could be broken through doesn't mean we have to break through it. It's what are you excited about? What do you like to achieve? What's holding you back? How can you break through?
Exactly. And a great question we had from the audience as well, which I think we can show a clip from that point where somebody asked about, yeah, I don't know what I want. What do you say to someone who's got their life purpose? And you talked about the corridor principle.
Brian Tracy calls it the corridor theory. Anyone who's familiar with Brian Tracy? Anyone? Okay, so Brian and I used to go hiking in the mountains together. And first of all, I met Brian, I paid him for 1 day's consulting. And I paid him $20,000 US for 1 day's consulting. And then after that, we became friends. I started hiking with him in the mountains. So we'd go and spend a whole day hiking up in the mountains. I could ask him any question I wanted, and he would start speaking and give you like a 3-hour tape set about all his knowledge and everything else. So we're talking about life purpose, things like this one time. He's saying, look, it's like a corridor. He calls it the corridor theory. That you imagine a corridor going down, that as you move through the corridor, there's doors on either side. So you open up a door, look in there, and you go, yeah, you're not going in there. Oh, that one? Oh, that looks interesting. Yeah, not really for me. Then you keep walking down the corridor. Open the next one. Oh, that's no good. Yep. Oh, that looks great. Come in there, spend time in there. Then you find, that room's not really for you. You leave, keep going down the corridor. And he said, if you never go down the corridor, you never see the opportunity of the doors on either side of which could be your life purpose. So some people who are stuck and they're standing there and they're not moving, going, why isn't my life purpose coming to me? It's because you're not in motion. And the universe is going to reward you when you're in motion. And even if you go down the wrong door or look in the wrong opportunity, at least you're actually in action and you're more likely to find that door. And it might be you go through 30, 40 different things. I was never intending to be sitting up or standing up here presenting people as my life's purpose. That was not my goal. If you'd asked me when I started, my goal was to make a huge real estate empire, make a lot of money, not talk to anyone, and relax and kick back on a beach. That was my goal. Except I went to a personal development seminar. You know one of these things? You know one of these things that totally transforms your life? I did one. And I connected to people again. Because prior to that, I hated people. I got bullied at school, maybe because I used to take a briefcase to school. So my father was a suit, right? My father wore a business suit to work. So when I grew up, I wanted to be a suit like my dad. Doesn't matter what suits do, just as long as you wore a suit, because it means you weren't a non-suit person, right? So I grew up being a suit, so I used to take a briefcase to school, hence I got beaten up. Being beaten up, I then decided that people suck. Why would you ever want to talk to people? Because they all suck. That was my pattern growing up from the age of about 11 through to the age of 30. So there's 19 years of basically people suck, stay away from them all. During that path, I decided the library is far better friend than people, so I just read and read and read and read and keep reading, because why talk to people? I used to go to an event like this. I would bring 4 books with me. I would sit in the corner with 4 books on my lap, the top book open, so I was actually reading the book, and I'd be reading it in a way which is, don't talk to me. And people would follow that rule and not talk to me. It was great. But then after going to a personal development seminar, I suddenly had this cathartic experience, released all my hatred of people, and suddenly connected to people again. Aww. Changed everything. At that point there, I started loving connecting to people, and then that transformed into doing stage work and craft and connecting to people and doing what I do now. First thing to find a life purpose, get in action, seek opportunities, and once you find it, head towards mastery and elite.
Excellent. All right, thanks for that, Clinton. I think very quickly I'll leave a link to Play2Win at the bottom. Perhaps if you want to just quickly tell them about Play2Win.
Play2Win is a 3-day amazing experiential course. It's currently free of charge, but that will be changing soon. It's 3 days of hands-on business lessons teaching you through games. So if you'd like to, absolutely click on the link below and find out more information.
And it's not just in London, right? It's all over the world, so whoever's
San Diego, Los Angeles, Singapore, Malaysia, and Australia as well.
Okay, thanks for that, Clinton.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.
See you soon. Hey guys, Chris Murphy here. I'm here with Mr. Clinton Swaine today. Hi, Clinton.
Hi, Chris. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Did I get it?
And then they go to a personal development seminar, like Tony Robbins. Go, yes, I can do anything. I can do anything, including causing some very hot lights.